A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a bold political statement, Sir Ed Davey, the leader of the Liberal Democrats, has announced he will boycott the upcoming state banquet honoring U.S. President Donald Trump, scheduled for September 17th to 19th. This decision is rooted in his deep concern over the ongoing humanitarian crisis in Gaza, which he believes has not received adequate attention from the U.S. administration. Sir Ed Davey described the invitation from King Charles as a significant honor, but he feels compelled to take a stand against what he perceives as the U.S. president's inaction regarding the dire situation in Gaza. He emphasized that Trump holds considerable influence over Israel and other Gulf states, and he could leverage this power to alleviate the suffering in the region. If Donald Trump tells Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to stop the violence, it could end immediately. His influence over Qatar and other nations is critical in this context, Davey stated. The banquet, typically attended by around 150 guests including politicians, diplomats, and celebrities, is a ceremonial affair that marks Trump's second state visit to the UK. The first visit took place in 2019, hosted by the late Queen Elizabeth II. While many view this upcoming visit as a historic event, Davey expressed his concern that it could overshadow the urgent humanitarian issues at play. He argued that if no one raises the plight of the Gazan people during this high-profile visit, it would be a missed opportunity to hold Trump accountable for his role in the crisis. Boycotting the banquet is a way to send a message that we cannot ignore the suffering in Gaza. This is not just about politics, it's about human lives, he added. The humanitarian situation in Gaza has escalated dramatically, with reports of widespread starvation and casualties. The United Nations has characterized the crisis as a man-made famine, attributing the dire conditions to restrictions imposed by Israel on aid entering the territory. Since the outbreak of conflict on October 7, 2023, more than 62,000 people have reportedly died in Gaza, with the health ministry calling for urgent international intervention. Critics of Davey's decision, including conservative Shadow Foreign Secretary Dame Priti Patel, have condemned the boycott as disrespectful to the monarchy and indicative of poor judgment. Patel characterized the move as an example of gesture politics and suggested that it undermines the relationship between the UK and its closest ally, the United States. Despite the backlash, Davey remains firm in his stance, asserting that the humanitarian crisis must not be overlooked during Trump's visit. He called on both Trump and UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer to address the situation in Gaza directly. We need to ensure that the voices of those suffering in Gaza are heard, especially during such significant events. The world is watching, and we must act, he urged. As the date of the banquet approaches, the political landscape remains charged with tension, and the implications of Davey's boycott could resonate beyond just party lines. His decision has sparked a broader conversation about the responsibilities of leaders in addressing humanitarian crises and the role of diplomacy in fostering peace. As the UK prepares to welcome Trump, the spotlight will undoubtedly be on how leaders choose to engage with the pressing issues at hand, particularly the ongoing conflict in Gaza. The Liberal Democrats have long advocated for a more proactive approach to foreign policy, and Davey's actions may signal a shift in how political leaders interact with global crises. The upcoming state visit and the surrounding discourse will likely shape the political narrative as the UK navigates its relationship with the United States amid a complex international landscape. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.